Ladies and gentlemen, how is everyone doing today? See, we got a ton of concurrent viewers on X. Thank you all for joining. I appreciate y'all. And also, shout out to everyone joining in on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. I appreciate you all for joining in. Also, make sure you join my community Discord. I am hosting debate night tonight. Topics are socialism doesn't work, the left is violent, and ICE did nothing wrong. We will be doing that tonight at around 7 to 11, and that's going to be exciting. And we are going to be doing this via Kick and Twitch and YouTube, and we will be doing that as well. But right now, we are going to be recapping the Charlie Kirk preliminary hearing today. So
Seated to my right.
Good morning. Mr. Robinson, good morning. For the record, the court also recognizes the presence of Ms. Erica Kirk. Ms. Kirk, good morning. First, with respect to courtroom protocol, to maintain security and decorum, any individual who exits the courtroom during proceedings will not be permitted to re-enter until the recess. All counsel are expected to take reasonable measures to safeguard confidential communication. Such measures may include the use of screen protections on electronic devices and care to avoid the inadvertent capture of privileged or private discussions by recording equipment or by those present in the courtroom. In addition,
I can only hear
at your tables have been turned off. Again, in an attempt to try to minimize the possibility of any of the communications being captured. I ask that if you are speaking, that you come to the lectern, and that microphone will be live. And so that's the best way that we can hear you, and it is captured on the record. All right. Second, the court will address the camera operator, and the court knows there is no still photographer for today's proceedings pursuant to the court's ruling from last week. To our camera operator, would you please approach the lectern? My microphone, there we go. Now it's back on. Could you state your name for the record?
John Wilson, KSL News.
Mr. Wilson, what duties will you perform today?
Shooting the proceeding according to the decorum order.
All right. And have you had a chance to fully review the court's standing decorum order?
I have, sir.
All right. And you understand all the requirements set forth in that order as it applies to your activities today?
Yes, sir.
Do you require additional time to review the order or to adjust the equipment to
there we go.
ensure compliance?
There we go. We got it. We got it. Audio's better.
Do you anticipate any difficulty complying with today's order?
We're gonna skip all this stuff.
This
is unimportant, you guys. We're gonna skip some of this stuff. I just wanted to fix some of the audio issues real quick, so I was able to get that figured out.
Shall not engage
so that's
in
better.
any distracting, disruptive, provocative, not permit also. Recess for lunch at noon for 1 hour each day with you until you monitor the courtroom. Any other in the duration.
We have stipulated
Just a couple of minutes prior to the
approach the lectern as the microphones at the tables are not activated.
Thank you, Judge. Yeah, we anticipated that the defense would invoke the exclusionary rule. We consulted with defense for just a couple of minutes prior to the start of this hearing. We essentially have two case agents, Your Honor, David Hull and Brian Davis.
Microphones dead. If you want to come forward, and it sounds like you've stipulated, but just for the benefit of the record.
We have stipulated, Your Honor, for purposes of this hearing only.
Thank you. All right, so Agents Davis and Hull are permitted to remain in the courtroom during the duration of the preliminary hearing. Any other business that we need to address before we turn to the business of witnesses?
The question of asking the parties to meet and confer about
In defense, do we anticipate this being a long argument, or is it something that we can handle? There are some stipulations that we can address right now, and then the remainder we can address on an exhibit-by-exhibit basis.
And guys, out of respect for Charlie Kirk and everything, I'm choosing not to show the streaming the chat box and the well, not the chat box, the donation stuff and the money goals, mainly because I want to respect Charlie Kirk. And I'm not trying to be rubbing it into anyone's faces here, so yeah. I hope you guys can understand.
Fernando.
Judge, I don't know that we have any stipulations, but with that said, it is correct, Mr. Novak's correct, we did meet and consult on this issue. I wanted to give the court just a brief roadmap, but part of that was Exhibits 7. Judge, I don't see any TVs or monitors here in the courtroom today with respect to publishing something that would go beyond counsel table and Your Honor's bench. So I don't know how much this is of an issue this is going to be anyway, at least with respect to pictures or video.
Thank you. And that's a great point. And the court's thought about this issue in regards to publication of exhibits. Obviously, the court will
This is not important either.
Parties.
Bagley Department.
Unimportant.
In to
Hold up. We're gonna skip some of this stuff. We're just gonna go straight to the court.
Updates, and then just inform the court that the state has provided copies of all exhibits for today's proceedings to the defense in advance of this hearing.
all right, turning to the state, you may call your first witness.
All right. First witness is being
Your Honor,
called.
the state calls Officer Chris Bagley.
Officer Bagley, if you'd like to come forward. Looks like he's being brought into the courtroom. Recommend to be dispensing quicker, try to make on the record.
Oh shit. Fuck. Fuck.
And after you're situated, to your left is a bottle of water. And if you wouldn't mind bringing the microphone toward you to ensure that it picks up your voice.
Can you hear that?
I can. Thank you. Mr. Grunander, your witness.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Will you please state your name for the record and spell your last name?
Christopher Bagley, last name spelling B-A-G-L-U-Y.
And how are you employed?
I'm employed with the Spanish Fork Police Department as a police officer.
As a police officer. What is your position or your rank there?
I'm just a senior officer.
Senior officer, okay. How long have you been with the Spanish Fork Police Department?
About 5 months.
5 months. How long have you been a police officer?
26 years.
Okay. Will you briefly describe, for the court's benefit, your training, what you did to become a police officer?
I did the Utah Post Academy, which is about 600 hours of training for basic things to become a police officer, report writing, arrest control, stuff to that effect. When
you say Post Academy, is Post an acronym?
It is.
What does that stand for?
Police Officer Standard Training.
Okay. Were you certified through Post?
I was.
Okay. And what did that certification require?
Going through that post and graduating, all the academy, all the credits that you get up with hours, and then physical fitness, stuff to that effect, and then graduating from that to earn the certificate.
Was there also testing involved?
There was.
At the academy?
Yes.
Okay. Were you employed in September of 2025?
I was.
And where were you employed then?
Utah Valley Police Department.
And how long did you work for the Utah Valley University Police Department?
5 years.
5 years, okay. And do you recall what your position or your rank was there?
A senior officer there.
Senior officer, okay. Describe, if you would, just your general duties as a police officer at Utah Valley University.
There at Utah Valley University, we'd patrol the campus, we'd walk around, we'd patrol, we would do investigations if there was crimes to that effect. We'd make sure that students or staff, if they needed something, we'd be there for them. So basic police, kind of like a school resource officer, community-oriented policing.
Okay. Was this a full-time position?
It was.
Okay. Did you work in law enforcement prior to UVU?
I did.
And where did you work?
I worked at Utah County Sheriff's Office for 13 years. Before that, I worked with Springville City Police Department for 6 years, and also with the Salt Lake County Sheriff's Office for a year.
What were your positions with those departments?
Varies. I did K-9, I did SWAT, I did motors, senior officer, FTO officer, detectives.
Okay. While you were at Utah Valley University, did you have access to the video surveillance system on campus?
Yes, I did.
And how so?
It was at our desktop where our police station is. We have desks, and on our desktops we'd have access to it there. Or we'd go into dispatch and they'd have a wall full of camera systems that we could look at.
How familiar did you become with that system?
Very familiar.
Can you describe how you became very familiar?
Like I said, it was one of our daily routines that we'd go in there. If we were looking for somebody or tracking something back, we'd go in. We'd go back to that time frame. We could trace somebody to track somebody through campus. I'd also turn around and make some maps so it was easier for dispatch or somebody to click on an area in the campuses where the buildings were and be able to click a little bit easier and get a faster response. So made some maps and stuff like that.
And how often did you use this system?
Every day.
Okay. Did you become familiar with the campus at Utah Valley University when
Yes,
you
sir.
were working there?
Yes.
And explain how you became familiar with it.
Like I said, we'd walk around. I would train other officers. We'd make sure that we knew all the ins and outs, the back doors. We'd make sure we knew where every classroom was, where every entrance and exit was. We'd secure the building.
Guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go have a quick
patrol the
bowl. Real quick.
neighborhoods. We
Keep
patrol
playing.
around campus, and then we also have off-site campuses that we drive to and make sure that they're secure also.
Okay. You mentioned that you patrol the neighborhoods
Yes.
surrounding campus.
Yes.
What about the
A lot of it would be in the area.
Okay, so back up just a little bit. So Utah Valley University is located in what city?
Orem, Utah.
Orem, Utah. Okay. How familiar did you become with the buildings on campus
Very familiar.
and the walkways?
Very familiar.
You mentioned the entrances and exits to the buildings.
Yes.
What about parking structures?
Yes.
Same answer for that?
Yes.
Okay. Are you familiar with the courtyard or the outdoor amphitheater on campus?
I am.
And generally speaking, where is that located on campus?
It's more of the central, it's an outdoor area centered by a bunch of buildings around it. So it's in the center of the campus pretty much.
Okay, can you describe what it looks like, this courtyard, this amphitheater?
It's kind of like an amphitheater look. So you got some grass and a couple of steps that go up. You got some cement on top with some bushes and flowers. You've got places where people can sit and eat. They come out and study and relax on the grass. And there's a waterfall with a little pond that comes down into a stream. So
Okay. Are you familiar with the surroundings, the buildings around the amphitheater?
yes, I am.
Okay. In relationship to this amphitheater, this courtyard, where is the Hall of Flags located?
It would be directly west of the courtyard.
Okay. Is it part of the courtyard or is it just off of the courtyard?
It's kind of the courtyard. It like butts up right against the courtyard, so it would be the west side of the courtyard.
Okay, so to the west of the courtyard. Is there a walkway across the Hall of Flags?
There is.
Okay,
There's an
and
inside one and an outside one.
Okay, so what is the Hall of Flags then?
The Hall of Flags is kind of like a bridge between two buildings that all the flags throughout the world are represented in there, with some chairs where people sit down and relax with windows so you can see through all the way to the Utah Lake.
Okay. What are those two buildings that are connected by this Hall of Flags?
The Fugal building over to like the science building area.
Okay, so you mentioned the Fugel building.
Yes.
Where's the Fugel building located in relationship to this courtyard?
It's to the south of the courtyard.
Okay. Does it run up against the courtyard?
It does.
The building? Okay. What about the Woodbury Business Building? Where's that in relationship to the courtyard?
It's kind of southeast, and it runs up right against the courtyard also.
Okay. And in relationship to the Fugel building, where's that Sorensen? Or excuse me, that business building, the Woodbury Business
Woodbury Business is right directly east of the Fugel.
building? Okay. What about the Sorensen Center? Where is that located with respect to this courtyard?
The Sorensen Center is going to be kind of like a northeast of the courtyard.
Okay. Does it, again,
All right, we're back.
run up against this courtyard?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And where is it in relationship to the business building?
The Woodbury Business Building is just directly.
And where
Let's
is,
go back a bit.
how familiar did you become with the buildings on campus
Very familiar.
and the walkways?
Very familiar.
You mentioned the entrances
Right,
and
the
exits to the
slipways.
buildings.
Yes.
What about parking structures?
Yes.
Same answer for that?
Yes.
Okay. Are you familiar with the courtyard or the outdoor amphitheater on campus?
I am.
And generally speaking, where is that located on campus?
It's more of the central, it's an outdoor area centered by a bunch of buildings on the around it. So it's in the center of the campus pretty much.
Okay, can you describe what it looks like, this courtyard, this amphitheater?
It's kind of like an amphitheater look. So you got some grass and a couple of steps that go up. You got some cement on top with some bushes and flowers. You've got places where people can sit and eat. They come out and study and relax on the grass. And there's a waterfall with a little pond that comes down into a stream. So
Okay.
Yep, accurate. That
Are you
describes
familiar
the
with
view.
the surroundings, the buildings around the amphitheater?
yes, I am.
Okay. In relationship to this amphitheater, this courtyard, where is the Hall of Flags located?
It would be directly west of the courtyard.
Okay. Is it part of the courtyard or is it just off of the courtyard?
It's kind of the courtyard. It like butts up right against the courtyard, so it would be the west side of the
The
courtyard.
thing is, he has
Okay,
to be
so to the
familiar with
west
the
of the
campus.
courtyard.
That's his job.
Is there a walkway across the Hall of Flags?
There is.
Okay,
There's an
and
inside
what-
one and an outside one.
Okay, so what is the Hall of Flags then?
The Hall of Flags is a kind of like a bridge between two buildings that all the flags throughout the world are represented in there with some chairs where people sit down and relax with windows so you can see through all the way to the Utah Lake.
Okay. What are those two buildings that are connected by this Hall of Flags?
The Fugel building over to like the science building area.
Okay, so you mentioned the Fugel building.
Yes.
Where is the Fugel building located in relationship to this courtyard?
It's to the south of the courtyard.
Okay. Does it run up against the courtyard?
It does.
The building? Okay. What about the Woodbury Business Building? Where is that in relationship to the courtyard?
It's kind of southeast, and it runs up right against the courtyard also.
Okay. And in relationship to the Fugel building, where's that Sorensen? Or excuse me, that business building, the Woodbury Business
Woodbury Business is right directly east of the Fugel.
building? Okay. What about the Sorensen Center? Where is that located with respect to this courtyard?
The Sorensen Center is going to be kind of like a northeast of the courtyard.
Okay. Does it, again, run up against this courtyard?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And where is it in relationship to the business building?
The Woodbury Business Building is just directly south of the Sorensen.
Directly south. Okay. The Losi Center, are you familiar with that building?
I am.
And where is it located on campus?
Directly east of the courtyard amphitheater area.
Okay. Does it run up to the courtyard? The Losi Center?
No, not really.
Okay,
It doesn't
so-
run right up against it. So the Sorensen Building is kind of like right between those two.
Okay. In relationship to the Sorensen building, what direction is the Losi building?
East.
East. Okay. Are you familiar with the LDS Institute building on campus?
Yes, I am.
And where is that located?
That is going to be located north of the Losi Building and just kind of like northeast of the courtyard.
Okay. And is there a parking structure next to this institute building?
Yeah, there's There is.
And where is that?
That is going to be, so you mentioned the Institute building. It's going to be north of the Losi Center. There's a parking structure that has several levels of parking. It's going to be directly west of the Institute building. And then they also have a parking structure, not parking structure, parking lot to the north of that across the road.
Okay. With respect to the parking structure,
Okay.
can you describe for the court how one would enter this parking structure, driving and even walking? How do you enter and exit that structure?
So on the north end of the parking structure is Campus Drive. You can drive in and exit on the level 1, so that's a ground level. That's where you'd enter if you're driving in or exiting back out on campus. Then goes up to level 2, and on level 2, exit is what's called Heat Plant Road. In between the Institute building and the garage is a little road, and there's an exit right there that you can drive out. You can also, if you were to park in there, you could walk out right there at that exit only where I was talking about on that southeast side. You can walk out there, or on the north end of that garage, there are some stairs that go up all the levels, and it goes down to the bottom level and across the street through a tunnel to the LDS Institute building. And then when you pop up on level 2, you can walk over to the Institute building.
Okay. Can you describe how long of a walk it would take from that parking structure to get to the courtyard on campus, approximately?
A couple of minutes, because when you go to that far southeast exit, you can walk directly almost to the courtyard. You can also walk along the south end of the LDS Institute building up towards the Low-C building.
Okay. Officer, I'm going to turn your attention to State's Exhibit number 1. It should come up on your monitor there. Let me know when you can see that.
I can see it.
All right.
And just for staff, let's go ahead and not publish it until it's admitted into evidence, so we're going to take it off the monitors. But for the witness, he should be able to see the exhibit.
Let's see.
That's fine. So table monitors, witness, but not the main monitor. Thank you. All right, Mr. Grunander, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Do you see that's Plaintiff's Exhibit number 1, Officer?
I do.
And do you recognize that exhibit?
Yes, I do.
And what is that?
This is an area of the buildings plus the courtyard in the middle is all the grassy area. So this is an area of the campus at Utah Valley University.
Is it a photograph?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you familiar then with what's depicted in this photograph?
Yes, I am.
Does it fairly and accurately portray this area of campus?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Can you tell the court what direction the camera is facing when this photograph was taken?
It's kind of facing north and a little to the east.
Okay. Does it depict a number of the buildings that we've talked about today?
Yes, it does.
For example, the Hall of Flags, does it show the Hall of Flags?
Yes, it does.
The walkway of it, of the Hall of Flags? What about the Sorensen Center? Does it show that?
Yes, it does.
The Woodbury Business Building?
Yes, it does.
The Fugel Building?
Yes.
What about the Losi Center? Can you see that from this photograph?
Yes.
Is this photograph a fair and accurate depiction of this area of UVU campus on September 10th, 2025?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state offers State's Exhibit 1.
Your Honor, we would object to failure to lay a foundation for, oh, I'm sorry.
It is a little bit tricky because that microphone.
Sorry about that.
Ms. Nestor.
Your Honor, we would object to inability to authenticate. There's not been a foundation laid that this officer took this photo, can verify when it was taken, or by whom it was taken, so we would object.
Oh, yeah, of course Jabba the Hutt objects. Of course, Jabba the Hutt objects. We object to evidence being showed!
The bench.
Well, as it relates to this, I'll hear argument.
Or should we do it in Jabba the Hutt language?
Okay. Judge, first of all, it's very clear, well-established law that the person who took the photograph is not required to be present to lay the foundation for it. What's required for foundation is that...
I'm gonna describe Tyler Robinson's defense as Jabba the Hutt. That's literally what I'm gonna describe her defense attorney as. His defense as Jabba the Hutt. Jabba the Hutt. I don't care. I'm gonna refer refer to his attorney as Jabba. I don't care.
The witness has knowledge of what's depicted in the photograph and can testify to its accuracy. And that's exactly what this officer has done. We laid an ample amount of foundation about this area of campus. He's confirmed that it depicts this area of campus that was previously described. He confirmed the buildings that he can see there. He also confirmed that it was an accurate depiction of this on September 10th, 2025.
Thank you. Any further argument, Ms. Nesser? And Mr. Hernander?
Your Honor.
We did file a standing objection at the very beginning of the hearing. I would just refer to our standing objection as well. I know this is not there's no written testimony in this, but just out of an abundance of caution, I want to also refer to our standing objection.
Thank you, Ms. Nestor. All right, having considered the arguments, I find I'm going to overrule the objection and admit Exhibit 1. This witness has firsthand knowledge of the location as well as the building locations. That foundation has been laid. He also stated it was a fair and accurate representation of what's being depicted here, and for those reasons, the defense objection is overruled. State's Exhibit 1 is admitted into evidence and may be published to the courtroom.
Okay. So the state would move to publish that to the courtroom.
It is so granted.
Officer Bagley, are you able to see the monitor that's here in the court that's pointed towards the gallery?
Yes.
From where you're seated, are you comfortable in describing where the courtyard is on that photograph, on that exhibit?
Yes.
And for the record, where is that located?
So all the grass that looks like a triangle, the amphitheater look, that is going to be the courtyard amphitheater area. It's got the tent in it, the white tent that's at the bottom on the far left of the picture. That would be the courtyard area. That's surrounded by buildings, more of the grass area.
I'm going to approach the photo. Well, I'm just going to. When you look at this exhibit to the left of the photograph, there's a walkway there. What is that walkway?
So the red brick walkway that's going north to the top of the picture on the far left is going to be the Hall of Flags, the outside top of it.
Okay. On the bottom of this photograph, there's a white roofed building. It's the largest building, at least as far as what's depicted on this exhibit.
Yes.
What building is that?
That would be the Fugal building.
Okay. And just to the right of that, so that would be to the east of the Fugal building. What building is that?
The other red brick pathway area, that is the Woodbury business building.
Okay. And if I were to walk north, so left on this photograph with respect to that red brick walkway area, there's another building, sort of triangular in shape, the rooftop. What building is that?
With that white rooftop, that would be the Sorensen building.
That's the Sorensen building. And what about the Losi building? You've described that. Where is that located on this photograph?
If you go to that triangle white roof, if you go directly to the right, so the right side of the picture, that is going to be the Losi building. It's got several levels.
Is it to the right and up a little bit as well? Okay, and that would be east on this photograph, is that
And
correct?
it's got the gravel rooftop.
Gravel rooftop, okay. I referred you to the LDS Institute building. Are you able to see that in this photograph?
Yes, you are.
And where is that located?
That's going to just be directly north of the Losi building. It's going to be that other white roofed building on the far top of the picture.
Okay, thank you, officer. We can take that down, Your Honor, as far as the publication. Officer Bagley, I'm going to take you back to the date of September 10th, 2025. Do you recall that day generally?
I do.
Were you working that day
Yes, I was.
at UVU?
I was, yes.
Okay. Do you remember what time your shift started approximately?
Yeah, it approximately started about 11 o'clock in the morning.
11 o'clock in the morning?
Yes.
Okay. Did you receive a specific assignment shortly after coming on to duty?
Yes, I did.
And what was that assignment?
It was to secure the top of the Hall of Flags on the south end. So we had people that were gathering on top of that were looking down on top of the tent. So we wanted to secure that area. So I was put up on top of the Hall of Flags on the south end.
Okay. My apologies, Your Honor. Could we have Exhibit 1 published again?
Go ahead and republish State's Exhibit 1.
All right.
Thank you.
You mentioned that you were securing the south end of the walkway on top of the Hall of Flags?
Yes.
And so where do we find that in this exhibit, officer?
So if you can see the tent, the white tent, there's that rooftop where the red brick is. I was on top of that, and there's some, actually looks like yellow crime scene tape. That was some of our barrier that we put up so people wouldn't go above that and walk. So I was sitting right by those flower plants that were by the Fugal on the south end.
So is the south end on the bottom of this photograph?
Yes.
Where that walkway kind of begins from the bottom?
Yes.
And you've referred to a tent. Is that the white object we see inside the courtyard?
Yeah, that square white object with the tent.
Okay, thank you. So you were securing that area.
Yes.
Did you have the opportunity that morning, you mentioned you checked on about 11 o'clock that morning and later to walk around campus that day?
Yes.
Did you walk along the Hall of Flags that day,
I did.
that walkway?
Yes.
Did you visit the courtyard that day as well?
Down below, yes, on the south end. I was down there.
Okay.
All right, we're back on YouTube. All right, we're good.
Let's see. Officer, I'm going to turn your attention to State's Exhibit number 2.
Ooh, shit. Hold up.
And that
It
should
says
come up on
poor.
your monitor there.
Hold up. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Hold up. Give me a minute. Give me a minute, chat.
Officer,
Poor.
your monitor there.
Hold up. Hey guys, if you guys can go on YouTube and give me ones and see if YouTube's working for me.
Officer, your monitor there.
Hey guys, if you guys can go on YouTube and give me one, just let me know. I'm having some technical difficulties. All right, I think we're good. Oh, it says we're good. All right, we're back. We're back. We're good.
Let me know when you see that, if you would.
Your Honor, if we could maybe not have it on the lectern screen, we're getting reports that the documents shown on the lectern screen are being live streamed. It's live streamed. So maybe if we could just not show that one.
Bruh. Shut the fuck up. Dude, dude.
Until it's
All right,
admitted.
no comment.
Mr. Grunander?
I'll submit to the court,
Judge does it
I've
anyway.
got copies of these for myself
Okay.
that I can refer to as I'm asking questions.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and grant the request by Ms. Nestor. We'll go ahead and there should be a power button to turn it off.
I'm not sure where that's at.
Thank you, Jeff.
See that thing. Sorry. Okay, you're good.
And if at any point, Mr. Grunander, you do need to use the monitor, let's revisit that. And obviously, Ms. Nestor, you can renew your objection if needs be. But for now, the monitor's turned off. Let's go ahead and proceed.
Thank you. Officer, do you see State's Exhibit number 2 on your monitor?
Yes, I do.
And do you recognize that?
I do.
And what is that?
This is a picture of from the east side looking west of the campus.
Okay. Are you familiar with what's depicted in this photograph?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And does it show, for example, the LOCI Center that we've talked about?
Yes, it does.
Does it depict the Woodbury Business Building that we've talked about?
Yes.
What about the Fugel Building?
Yes.
Does it show the Sorensen Center
Yes.
and also the Hall of Flags?
Yes.
In this particular exhibit, can you also see the courtyard,
I can. A partial of it.
a partial of it?
All right, we're
Okay.
good on Twitch.
Um,
I'm not
Does it
sure why
fairly
Twitch is
and
saying it's
accurately
unstable.
depict this area of campus of UVU on September 10th, 2025?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, the state offers state's exhibit number 2.
Your Honor, we renew our standing objection. We also argue that a foundation hasn't been laid in terms of the time this was taken or who took it, and at what point in time this was created and how. So I don't think he has any personal knowledge of that, and we'd object.
Mr. Gernander.
Same arguments, Judge. He has testified that he's familiar with it. He has personal familiarity with it. He's testified that it's fair and accurate as of the day of September 10th, 2025. And that's what was asked of him.
Ah,
All right. I will go ahead and overrule the objection by defense, noting that the witness has laid, he has expressed that this is a fair and accurate representation of what it purports to be, and he's familiar with it. He was there on the day, on September 10th, and because that foundation has been laid, State's Exhibit 2 is admitted and may be published.
Thank you, Judge. State moves to publish Exhibit 2.
All right.
Officer, I'm going to direct your attention to this exhibit on the monitor facing the gallery of the court today.
Okay.
Can you describe, there's a large building in the middle of that photograph, slightly above the middle, but what building are we looking at there?
You're looking at the top of the rooftop of the low-C building. It's got 2 different grays, like a lighter gray and a darker gray, kind of.
Are you familiar with that rooftop then?
Yes, I am.
And what's it made of?
It's made of gravel.
Gravel, okay. You mentioned 2 different grades, or did you say grays?
Grays.
Grays, okay,
Yeah, grays.
all right. Now, you described that you could see the courtyard, but it wasn't easily visible in this photograph. Where is the courtyard located on the state's exhibit number 2?
So you got the white roof that's going to be in the middle, just to the top of the building where the low-C is. I described there's a white roof there. That's the Sorensen building, and it's just below that. You can see some grass, and that's where the courtyard is. It's just to the left of that white roof.
Your Honor, I'm going to ask if the witness could actually come down from the stand and point out where the courtyard is located in this exhibit for the court's benefit.
All right. Do we have a second microphone so it picks up his voice? Okay, Ms. Nestor, thank you for allowing us. Officer, you may step down, approach the monitor, and I would ask that you speak into the microphone when responding to a question.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can. Thank you.
So, officer, for our benefit, would you describe again where the low-C center is in this photograph?
The low-C center is going to be this one with the gray roofs. It's got 2 different colors of gray.
2 different colors of gray, okay. I'm blind, I can't see those 2 different colors from here, but can you describe where the court, looks like we went blank.
There we go.
Can you point to where the courtyard is located on that exhibit?
The courtyard is going to be here where this grass is in this area right here.
Okay. And what about the Fugel building?
Hugo building is going to be this building right here.
And the Woodbury Business Building then?
Woodbury is going to be this one right here with this red brick path.
And the Sorensen Center?
Sorensen Center is going to be this white roofed one that's right here.
Okay. Now, on this exhibit, can you see the LDS Institute building and the parking structure that we've talked about?
No, not really. You got the back side of the Institute building, which is right here, and the parking structure's over there. So
Okay.
you can't see the nest.
Mr. Gernander, let me stop you just for the benefit of the record, because the record is picking up the audio. When you're pointing it to, and I know it may be a little bit laborious to do this, but as you're identifying, indicate the general location on it, the left side, right side, middle, upper, lower, just so the record knows to some degree where you're pointing. In that way, because the video isn't being captured, so if you would do that, it just creates a more complete record.
Yes.
Thank you.
Understood. That's fair. Thank you, Judge. So again, let's point to the courtyard, and if you'll describe as best you can where that is located on the photograph.
On this photograph, the courtyard is going to be This grass area that's going to be towards the top of the picture, the baseball field's behind it. It's closer to the surrounding buildings. There's some grass in there. That would be the courtyard area.
Okay, we've talked about the Hall of Flags and the walkway above that hall. Where is that located on this photograph?
The Hall of Flags is going to be right by the courtyard, just to the west of it. There's a red brick towards the top of the picture. There's a red brick pathway that goes from the Fugal building, which is on the left of the picture, towards the right of the picture, which is the science building area.
Okay, and then the Sorensen Center, is that the building in the middle with the large white roof?
Yeah, it's going to be kind of towards the upper part of the picture, middle of it. It's going to be a white roof. That will be the Sorensen Center.
And just to the north and east of the courtyard?
Yes, north and east.
Okay, and then finally, if you would describe the Losi building, the location of that on this exhibit.
The Losi building is going to be pretty much in the middle on the right side, so middle to the right. It's going to have two different colors of gray, a darker gray and a lighter gray. There's a red pathway, and that will be the Losi Center.
Okay. You mentioned, officer, that there were different stories on the Losi building. How many stories does the Losi building have?
There's 4.
4 stories? Okay. You mentioned that you were familiar with the rooftop. Do you know how to gain access to the rooftop of the Losi building?
Yes, there's actually an outside stairway right here that comes up. It's going to be just to the south of Losi building. There's a red pathway right directly in the middle of the picture. Off to the south of that, on the left side of the picture, is an outdoor stairway.
Is that open to the public?
It is.
And how would someone access the roof from that stairway?
If they came up, they would put them right here on this pathway that goes between the Losi Center and down towards the computer science building. There's a red pathway. There's actually a little handrail, like a little guardrail, probably about a couple feet high, that somebody could jump over.
Is that area restricted? Is it off limits?
Yes, it is. There's kind of like a natural barrier with the guardrail, and from there on, there's no path. It's gravel roof, so it's not paved like everything else.
But someone could hop over that railway?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, officer. You can take your seat again.
Thank you.
Officer Bagley, I'm now going to refer you to your attention to State's Exhibit number 3. That's going to come up on your monitor as well. Let me know when you see that.
Yes, I do see it.
Okay. And do you recognize that?
I do.
And what is that?
This is a drone picture of the campus, more of the courtyard, looking eastward.
Okay. I've asked you about several buildings on campus. I'm going to ask you about those same buildings, whether they're depicted in this exhibit, okay? Do you see where the Hall of Flags is located?
Yes, I do. It's down towards the bottom. It's a red brick pathway. It would be the Hall Flags.
Okay. What about the Fugal building?
Hugo building's going to be to the right of the picture. It's going to be a white roof building off to the right, directly south of the courtyard.
And the Woodbury Business Building? Where's that at?
Woodbury is going to be another red path. That's going to be just to the east of the Fugal building. It's got a gray roof and some red path.
The Sorensen Center?
Sorensen Center is going to be on the left of the picture. It's going to have a white roof, different levels, and that would be the Sorensen Center.
Okay. The Losi Center, where's that located in relationship to the Sorensen Center that you've described?
Of the Sorensen Center, it's going to be just directly east of the Sorensen Center, towards the top of the picture. You can see the two different colors of gray of the gravel that's on the roof.
Okay. And can you see the courtyard in this photograph?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Is this picture a fair and accurate depiction of this area of Utah Valley University's campus on September 10th, 2025?
Yes.
State offers Exhibit 3, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we renew the standing objection. We also object again that this individual can't identify when the picture was made.
Oh my fucking God.
Mr. Gernander.
Same response, Judge. And just for the record, I was also point the court to State v. Purcell,
This bitch is
which
annoying.
is a Supreme Court case here in the state of Utah, 1985, which essentially stands for the proposition that if a competent witness
Shut up,
with
Jabba.
personal knowledge of the facts represented in a photograph can testify that that photograph accurately represents those facts, the exhibit's admissible. He's also spoke about the date being September 10th, 2025. The showing that's required here is essentially a prima facie showing. We're not required to show proof beyond a reasonable doubt, for example, that it was accurate that day or even a preponderance of the evidence. But we'll submit it on that, Judge.
All right, I'm just taking a brief glance at the case you cited.
I can give the citation if Your Honor
If
would like.
you have that, I'd appreciate that.
It's 711 Pacific 2nd, 243. And I'm looking at page
I'm gonna turn
number
off fuel streaming, guys.
245.
Or I don't think we can. Yeah, I think it's a little late for that now.
All right. The court finds that the witness is familiar with the scene. He testified that it is a fair and accurate representation of what State's Exhibit 3 purports to be. And the court finds that necessary foundation has been laid and overrules the objection. State's Exhibit 3 may be admitted, is admitted, and may be published.
State would move to publish State's Exhibit 3.
All right.
May I approach the witness, Your Honor?
You may.
All right.
Officer, if you would come down into the well of the court, I'm going to ask you a few questions about this Exhibit 3 as well.
Okay.
Can you point out where the Hall of Flags is located and describe that for the record?
The Hall of Flags is going to be down here on the bottom of the picture. It's going to have a red brick pathway with some flowers along the top of it.
You mentioned that you were securing an area of that?
Yes.
That hall, that walkway. Where were you stationed?
I was down here by the end of the flower pots, which is down here on the south side towards the Fugal building on the far right of the picture.
Okay. In relationship to where you were stationed, where is the Fuga building then?
The Fugal building is just to the right of me, so it would be on the south end of me.
Okay. And so it's on the right side of the photograph there?
Far right side of the photograph, yes.
What about the business building?
The business building is just going to be in the middle of the picture on the far right. It's going to have some red brick pathways. It's going to be multi-level, and that would be the Woodbury building.
Okay. The Sorensen Center, where is that located on the photograph?
Sorensen Center is going to be middle to far left of the picture. It's going to have a white roof on top of it, multi-level.
Okay. And the Losi Center, where is that located?
Losi Center is going to be towards the top of the picture, kind of off-centered a little bit, but it's going to have the 4 or 5 floors that are, the 4 floors that are sitting right there.
Okay. Can you describe those stories, what we're looking at? Where do you find 1, 2, 3, 4, and possibly 5?
So this is ground level where the courtyard is. So this, as you go over in towards the Losi building inside, there's an elevator that would be ground 1, level
Okay.
1. Level 2 would be the second one where these red ATVs are sitting on the grass right there in the middle of the picture. If you go up from that, that would be the 3rd level. And your 4th level, which is the actual top level of the building, is that very top one with the windows that you can see.
Okay. Is there an atrium on the top of that?
There is an atrium. It's got a little sphere on
All right,
top
guys,
of
we're
it.
ending on YouTube.
Looks like a little square right on top of the Losi building. That would be
There's really
an
no
atrium.
viewers.